not just holding fast for a little bit and intermittently, but a constant adherence to the profession of faith that we have in the Holy Scriptures, a constant endurance in the things that God has committed to us. And here's the reality. It was true in Paul's day. It's been true in every era since. I mean, you read the 17th century, you think of the Second Reformation, wonderful days, great works of God being done in the earth. And yet you read the literature, you read the sermons that the Scottish Presbyterians were preaching and the English Puritans were preaching and so on. And they were battling this very thing themselves. Right? It is something that is a constant need for us. There are many, many, many who profess the true religion, who may even make profession of saving faith in the Lord Jesus Christ, and who throw in the towel. This is commonplace. And it is a threat. And you know who's most in danger? Those of you who are sitting here this morning thinking that you have no danger. You are the ones most in danger. The ones who think this applies to everyone else or someone else, but not to me. You're in the most precarious place of everyone. The Lord gave you this word for a reason. You're to receive it with faith. You're to believe it, and you are to act upon it. Or you, like countless others, will be washed up on the shores of those who have long since let go of the profession of faith that the Lord has given. There are those who will profess some adherence to the Christian religion, but who have no appetite for the path of obedience. And so they have an attachment externally. They're near the kingdom, but they're not in the kingdom. And they're not at all attracted to the highway of holiness, as Isaiah says, to the path of the redeemed, as he says, to this path of obedience. This is a word of warning to those whose hearts are tempted toward waywardness. Children, you're going to face this. Young people, you are facing it. And it is up close and personal. All of the pressures, right? You have the things that you've heard preached in your ears for many of you, the duration of your whole life. You've had parents who have taught you and prayed over you. You've had parents who have counseled you and guided you and so on and so forth. But then there's all sorts of other pressures. There's the pressures that come from your inside. That's enemy number one. Your fleshly inclinations that want something lighter and looser. That say this is too much, too extreme, too heavy, too hard, too old, too not cool and contemporary, or whatever else. And therefore I'm gonna drift elsewhere. Right? That's the danger. There's all the pressures of the world that say, you can still be a Christian and be normal in the world. And you can still have a large part of the world's way of thinking. You can adopt their mentality on this thing and that thing. You can go along with them in terms of decisions on what to love and not love, what to do and not do, and so on and so forth. These are pressures. And the Lord is coming to you this morning and he's saying, hold fast. Hold fast the profession of your faith. You have heard the gospel preached. Some of you are old and you have heard the gospel preached again and again. Here is the faith that God sets before us in his holy word. And you have not ever laid hold of it. You're not even gripping it. You're looking at it. You're walking around it. You're thinking about it. You're pointing at it. You can talk about it. But you haven't laid hold of Christ as he is offered in the gospel. And children, you too can grow up in this context and have a Christian worldview and have a Christian, ethos and a Christian identity and so on and so forth without ever your heart gripping Christ by faith. And the Lord is saying, no, we must lay hold of him. It is our attachment to him. It is persevering in our grip upon all that he is and all that he requires of us.